Hi everyone, welcome to my next video. Before we get started, I wanted to show you guys something really cool. So I would like to also be talking about manifestation on this channel. And one thing that I started to do a few months ago actually, in order to kind of help my manifestation practice, is I started a manifestation journal. And I've always been very creative. I'm very girly. I like stickers. I like to make stickers. I actually used to have an Etsy shop where I made stickers and planner supplies. So I made those, like, if you ever go on Pinterest and look for planners, you'll see those 3-ring binders that have like dividers in them. And they're really pretty and have cute designs and really cute colors. And I used to make those. They're made with vinyl and laminate and stuff. Well, when I had my shop, I found all kinds of other cool shops who also made stickers. And one of them was a shop called Lace and Whimsy. And shout out to her. If you should definitely check her out if you like stickers. Well, she inspired me to do sort of more like visual journaling, right? To incorporate like artistic fun stickers and things in my journal. So I wanted to show you guys that I made this spread recently for the full moon, and it's just so fun and cool and cute and awesome, and I love it. And this is something that you can kind of do for manifestation. You can, if you notice, it's got like a lot of affirmations, like you got this, and just dream, and what else does it say? Take care of yourself, focus on the process, not the end result. Stay in your magic. Everything is going to be wonderful. Don't lose your fire. Just fun affirmations and stuff like that. So that's one way that you can, work on your manifestation practice. Something cute and fun that you can do if you're into that kind of stuff. It doesn't seem like it would be that powerful, but the truth is it really is. Creative stuff, when we use our creative energy to do, just to create fun, cool, pretty things just for us, just because it feels good, just because it's gets us out of stress and into a really nice, relaxed, creative mindset. It is really, really beneficial for cultivating the mindset that you need to be in order to manifest. So I just thought I'd share that fun tip. Also, I got this amazing new tarot deck. Ever since I started reading tarot, I've been hunting for a Rider-Waite-Smith deck that wasn't garish and terrible and ridiculous looking with ugly colors. And just, bright orange, yellow, and red and icky looking. So I found this one, and it's called the Tarot Vintage. Oh, we've got temperance on the bottom. Look at that. I'll reshuffle this, don't worry. So yeah, the colors of these cards are amazing. Of course, I'll show you guys as we actually, let me move my camera up just a tiny bit here. Come closer, my dears. Come closer into the witch's kitchen. All right, yeah, that's better. So anyway, welcome back to my kitchen, by the way. So I'll definitely be showing you guys these cards as we go. So that full moon was intense. The full moon in Capricorn, it was a lot different from the last full moon, the strawberry full moon that we had, which was I think it was in Cancer, actually, now that I think about it. It was very sweet. The energy of it was very just love. It was very love. It was very pink and red, and I literally woke up the Saturday after the full moon when the big love portal was happening, and I felt like the love witch. And that's actually the day I bought this fuzzy pink journal. I was like, I must have pink things, and I must have burgundy and pink, and that night I even watched that movie again, which if you have not seen that movie, The Love Witch, Okay, I'm warning you now. It's terrible. It's the worst movie you'll ever see, but it's like that movie The Room. It's so bad, it's good. It's like the girls' version of The Room. Okay, my SP showed me The Room, and I thought it was just like the most hilarious thing ever, and I absolutely loved it, and we laughed our asses off. But the Love Witch, okay, it's incredibly bad. But it's just so, anyways, it's so fun. Okay, so let's get into the reading. Let's see what kind of energies we can pick up from the dominant energies that are present within the collective. Not only the Twin Flame Collective specifically, but probably mostly the Twin Flame Collective specifically. That's just what I find that I tend to pick up the most. I know I'm new to YouTube, but I'm definitely not new to reading. So, and I do read for other people. So let's see. And I was cleansing the cards earlier, and I had a very specific energy that I started sort of feeling. So I'm gonna see if it comes through. It was very subdued. I don't know. I don't wanna sway it too much. So let's just get into it and see what we can see. All right, Spirit, tell us. Well, let's start with you this time. Collective, Divine Feminine. Let's start with you this time. Let's see what is the energy of the Divine Feminine Collective currently. Oh, hello. Currently right now. Well, that jumped out. The Six of Wands just jumped out. So where is her energy right now? Six of Wands, Knight of Swords, Three of Wands. All right. The Devil, and the King of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles reversed on the bottom. Okay, so because you are in the midst of letting go of a difficult situation, you are feeling recognition for your efforts. We're going to tie all these together, but I want to show you each card individually first. You are speaking your truth and probably moving quickly in order to do that. Planning ahead for the future, which is always a good thing. The Devil, in this context, we're going to read this as self-empowerment. I can clarify and explain more why in a moment. But then we have the King of Pentacles. And don't you just love these colors? Look at that. Look, you can see all the little vines and stuff. Now the Queen has like little purple grapes. And I'm sorry for the glare. These aren't as matte as I would have liked, but I'm sure that will change as they get used more. Okay, so the reason that I'm reading the Devil here as a self-empowerment card instead of an addiction card, although, hey, some of you might be dealing with that, but it doesn't look like it because it's right next to the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles means you're working on your material well-being, home, body, money, job, finances. And right here in between planning ahead, planning for your future, then we have the Devil and then we have the King of Pentacles. So what this is likely referring to in this specific context, at least with this limited spread here, is it's self-empowerment. The inverted pentagram that represents the Devil is inverted as, they say Satanism is a mockery of Christianity. Okay, fine. But it's actually mockery or an inversion of the ancient pagan principle of as above, so below, which is an upright pentagram, right? So that, what the upright pentagram, like in the King of Pentacles, is the 4 elements ruled by spirit. Okay? The inverted is the 4 elements, the physical 4 elements that create the world ruling over spirit. So you might even watch out to not over prioritize your job, your home, material possessions. Be careful that you don't sort of put too much investment into that area and then neglect your spiritual practice, which we'll see. We can clarify and see if that's what's going on here. So, and then with the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse on the bottom, showing that this all is your energy due to a feeling of letting go of something, it might be. So let's clarify. Let's get some more for each of these cards. Let's draw some clarification for you. And we will have our secondary clarifier as the Moon Crystal Tarot today. And then as tertiary, probably Crystal Visions. Oh, hello. Okay. So let's get one for the 6 of Wands. What are you being recognized? What are you currently recognizing or being recognized for? What are you currently seeing or being seen for? Ooh, the Empress in the reverse. That's very interesting. Now these 2 are wanting to jump out too. Now we've got the 5 of Swords sideways. And what that is signifying is you maybe don't know whether or not a conflict is over. Now with this Empress in the reverse, the 2 of Swords came out upright. So these we're going to leave kind of lurking here in the background for a moment while I figure some stuff out here. All right, then we have the Ace of Cups on the bottom. Let's get one for the Knight of Swords. Okay, the 8 of Swords in the reverse. Then for the 3 of Wands, we have the Knight of Pentacles. For the Devil, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Confirmation big time for that, for what I was saying earlier. And then for the King of Pentacles, we have the Hermit. Okay, interesting. So let's get one more for that Empress reverse. What's going on there? Okay, I see. All right, so for the Empress reversed is the 5 of Pentacles. You are just like all Pentacles today. What are you doing? It's so many Pentacles. You're just making all the Pentacles, I guess. Okay, Divine Feminine. So the 6 of Wands is telling us with the Empress reversed and then the 5 of Pentacles that it's almost like you really thought that you were going to live a certain lifestyle, that you were going to fit a certain mold. So you may have been a stay-at-home housewife. You may have had plans to be a mom with this person. Or, you saw yourself in this maybe kind of traditional wifey type role, and what you are seeing and recognizing is that I don't want to say this isn't going to happen, but because you're left out in the cold, what you've realized is that there are other aspects to you that deserve recognition than your ability or desire to fit into this sort of role that you maybe always were in before, or always wanted to be, always kind of found yourself like, or you thought that's just what you were gonna do. But you're recognizing now that there are lots of other possibilities open for you, and you're kind of proud of yourself for that. So good on you, because that is freaking awesome. All right, next, and I know this Two of Swords and Five of Swords were in the sideways. I know they're here for a reason, but I don't feel like they're connecting with anything just yet. So we're gonna see why they're here once it strikes me. This Knight of Swords talking about you're speaking your truth. So you might be talking to friends and family and finally telling them like what really happened. You might actually finally be telling your side of the story for the first time, even though you may have been afraid to, you may have been, kind of even embarrassed about what happened, feeling like you're ostracized or alienated. And so finally, you're telling your story. You are telling the people, you're setting the record straight. That's what this is. And it might even be a little bit reckless, where you're like, I don't care anymore. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if this ruins my reputation. I do not care if, people don't like me after. I don't care if I burn bridges or lose friends. I have to tell people what really happened. People need to know my side of the story here. So that's what this is. And this is massive confirmation for that, because what this is saying is that you are no longer unnecessarily bound by your own thoughts around the situation. So you are no longer keeping yourself restricted with these thoughts of what if they don't like it? What if they what if they don't like me anymore? What if I no longer fit into this group, or they talk bad about me, or blah, blah, blah. You're setting yourself free from all of that. So good on you again, because hell yes. All right, so the next thing being looking ahead, planning for the future. And you're doing that slowly, but very determined, very determined. And again, this Devil card, just don't lose focus on filling up your own cup, okay? Don't neglect the spiritual, the creative, the emotional aspects of yourself in favor of thinking that now that the Empress has been reversed, that you now have to solely focus on the Pentacles, because girl, we got a lot of Pentacles going on here. And I mean, yes, by all means, but then with the King of Pentacles, then you've got the Hermit. And I think part of you believes that the only way that you're gonna make all the Pentacles happen is being alone, because the Empress has been reversed. So it's like, well, I can either be, the Empress with the Emperor, or I just have to be in utter solitude, and it sucks. So that's not necessarily the case, but trust me when I tell you, I could very much understand why you would feel that way. Okay. All right, so we now know where you're at. And this is not bad. This is not bad. I think this is great. I think that it's got some stuff that you need to be aware of. And I think it's good. And I'm still kind of over here looking at these swordy cards over here. We'll see. We'll see, because I'm not feeling the zing where they connect to any of these just yet. So let's get some for your person. Let's do another spread and get some for your person. Got Two of Swords and 5. All right, I'm gonna put these back in. We're gonna shuffle. We're gonna do another spread, and we'll see what we see. And if those connect, I'll be like, oh yeah, okay. All right, so Spirit, tell us now about this Divine Feminine's person who I just read for, the one who resonates with this message, the one to whom that applies. Tell me about her person, her SP, her Divine Masculine. Tell us about him. What's he got going on right now? Where is he at? What is his energy like towards her? Let's get some first for his energy towards her. How does he feel about, oh, hello, about her? Whoa, girl. The Ten of Wands. He can do all things through Christ who strengthens him. Okay. That's the card of resilience. That's for sure. All right. Okay. Let's get a few on his energy towards her right now, please, Spirit. Thank you. Interesting. Well, he's not talking to you. That is for sure. Oh, okay. We have the Eight of Wands in the reverse on the bottom. I'm so sorry, hon. Okay, so the Ten of Wands just jumped right out of the deck. This is a card of resilience. When it's in the reverse, it's very overburdened. When it's upright, it is resilient. And whenever I see this card, the meaning of it is, what I always think of is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. 10 is always kind of, and I could get real deep and nerdy again in the esoterics of tarot, but 10 is a card of, imagine if 0 is both the aces and like God. Okay, so it's the potential, right? It's the potential of the divine. And so a 10 is a 1 and a 0. So it's almost the ace. It's almost an ace in itself, but from like a human perspective. It's very, very occulty. Because 2 is really 1. I kind of went into that in the last video. Because 2 is technically like union with like the self and with God, and then 3 is like the self and another person and God, and then 4 is being like the community and God. So anyways, it's all very crazy. So I always think of that verse, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So this being resilient. So he is determined and not giving up. But you guys have some baggage. Okay. Some baggage you guys have. For sure. Then we have the Two of Pentacles. This is a card of going back and forth and essentially trying to juggle the will of the ego and the will of the divine. So, or the will of the soul, right? So someone whose head is putting him in one direction and whose heart is putting him in another. It's kind of similar, honestly, to the Two of Swords, which, guess what showed up as the card in the 5th position? Which, you know, not counting, I mean, beyond this one that just jumped out. Because, you know, I kind of, if a card's want to do that, I'll kind of put them on the side and be like, oh, okay. It kind of serves as another underlying energy. Yes. So, anyways, what was I saying? Okay, so yeah, it's kind of like the Two of Swords in terms of that crossroads. But the Two of Swords is more about, you know, thoughts. The Two of Pentacles being more about maybe 2 paths. Okay, so where am I supposed to live? Do I want to stay here? Do I want to stay there? Do I want to take this job, or do I want to take this job? Do I want to be with this person, or do I want to be with that person? The one that doesn't indicate sort of a weird choice being the Two of Cups, which is more considered to be a card of union, marriage, soulmates. And then the Two of Wands, although that kind of indicates a choice also. So, anyway, that's more of a which action should I take, the Two of Wands. Anyway, okay, so yeah, this person I'm guessing probably is not knowing where they should stay, if I had to guess. Your person is not staying with you. Okay, next we have the Nine of Wands, and this is a card of exhaustion, burnout, and honestly, almost at the brink of wanting to give up. And I think with the next one being the Queen of Pentacles, it's likely that they're kind of like, there's no way I can compete with her. She's doing so amazingly well. Look how, she's so focused. She's got her shit together. I can't compete with her. I might as well just stop trying. Now, he also wants to improve his situation and work towards essentially matching where he perceives you to be. He's doing it very slowly, but then again, maybe he doesn't know that you maybe don't quite have it as all together as he thinks that you do. And you might be feeling like, what do you think I've got it all together? Like, it's going slow for me too over here. Like, don't think that, I'm so much better or something. Like, don't let that keep you away. And then ultimately, though, he knows that he does have a choice to make. And so these cards are echoing each other. So this is the physical, this is in his mind. Okay? You can't read it any other way. He's very torn. A very conflicted energy. So let's get some clarification for each of these. And yeah, with the lack of communication, with the Eight of Wands in the reverse, lack of communication being the underlying energy here, although this is it in the reverse. And yes. So we know that. We know that much at least. Welcome to my kitchen where the cards don't lie. Oh, God. We can get through this. You got this. Persist. As Jay Talks Manifestation, if you haven't seen her channel, she's awesome. Jay Talks Manifestation, and she says, persist, persist, persist. You persist until you no longer need to. Okay. Spirit, can we please get some more clarification? Let's see. We gotta be specific now, right? Spirit. Oh, hello. Well, girl. It's the Two of Cups sideways. Oh, Divine Feminine. I cannot make this up. Okay, so we've got the Two of Cups sideways over here. We're going to put that hang out over here with the Ten of Wands. Okay, they can hang out. We'll get to them in a minute, right? All right. Spirit, can we please get some clarification for each of these energies that are happening in the mind of this poor, very confused Divine Masculine right now? Spirit, can we please get a little bit more information for each of these energies that are running through the mind and the soul and spirit of this Divine Masculine? The Divine Masculine that is connected to the Divine Feminine who I'm reading for. Oh, goodness. We have the Tower. Okay. So, well, okay. Let me get a couple more before I jump into that, because that could go a couple of ways, actually. Oh, I see. That's why I wanted to get more. We have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. Oh, yeah, okay. Big confirmation. It's definitely going the one way. Definitely going one way here. We got the Star for the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands for the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, interesting. The Two of Swords got the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, I know what's going on here. So I was right about not knowing which living situation, that it's kind of being torn between two worlds. Okay, are they gonna stay there? Are they gonna stay here, there, with you, with whoever else? Now, I was going to say, well, maybe something really bad happens with you, but then we have the 9 clarified by the 10 of Cups in reverse. I think something's happening where they are not happy, or they are starting to get really, really unhappy wherever they are, because the Queen of Pentacles, you are the star to them. You are their bright, shiny light of hope. You are their beacon of comfort and guidance and wisdom and love and joy and peace and patience, kindness, gentleness, understanding, goodness, and self-control. Look at that. Well, who wouldn't want to be around that? Okay. Then the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest knight in the tarot, is clarified by the Knight of Wands, the fastest, most actionable knight in the tarot. And he's also kind of a, well, he's a knight with a wand. I'm sure you can put the two together on your own. And he's riding in fast and hot. Okay? So then, clarifying the 2 of Swords, that another, crossroads choice, is the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. He can't let you go. 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 All right. So look at him hugging those pentacles. He's like, maybe one of these pentacles belongs to my Queen of Pentacles. Sorry, guys. I'm in a very silly mood tonight. If you couldn't tell. So, and then of course, that 2 of Cups sideways. Should I? Shouldn't I? Oh. Yes, just do it. Just do it, Divine Masculine. Okay. All right, so that's his energy towards you right now. So, I am curious about this Tower moment that we're seeing here, because that could be something that we might want to be a little nosy about and get some more information on. So, let's pull from the Moon Crystal deck to get some insight and see what is happening with that Tower. And this 10 of Cups in the reverse, because something's going on there and it's not pretty. Poor man, he's feeling so dejected. Oh, and all he wants to do is see his star. Oh. Okay. Girl, you've got him torn up. Okay, let's see here. Spirit's like, Corey, you're such a gossip. I can't help it. This stuff is juicy. Our lives are so juicy, you guys. I mean, if nothing else, I think that us Divine Feminines can at least say our lives are fucking interesting, I mean, at least we have that. We can, I mean, yeah, does it suck sometimes? And is it like, oh my God, but at least there's never a dull moment. Am I right? It's always pretty entertaining. Our souls came into this lifetime and we're presented with this contract like, it's gonna be a wild ride. And we're like, sign me up. I got this. So, we're doing it though. We're doing the damn thing, aren't we? And that's all we can do. Yeah? Okay, Spirit, let's see what this Tower moment is all about. I would really like to know. Tell us more, Spirit. Tell us more about the Tower. What is happening in the life of this Divine Masculine what is this Tower? Why is this here? Just tell us why it's here. Strength. Okay, let's get a couple more. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Ace of Cups. Interesting. That's what was on the bottom in the second clarifying row of his energy. No, that was in the second clarifying row of your energy, wasn't it? The Ace of Cups. Okay. And the Ten of Cups in the reverse. I told you guys, this is how the cards treat me. It's like, I already told you what's there. It's, what more do you want from us? Oh my God, I was doing a reading for the full moon the other night. And I was reading for myself and my situation. And I was like, okay, his energy toward me, right? And it was, I don't want to be too personal, but it was one of the things that he's grappling with is the High Priestess. And I said, okay, why the High Priestess? Why is that here? And then it literally, like, in 4 cards just said my story. It was like 4 of Wands reversed, which is divorce. And then the 3 of Wands upright, which is planning for the future. And then the Magician, which is manifesting. And then the 2 of Cups, which is union. And I was like, okay, fair. That's exactly what I did. Got divorced, planned for the future, manifested new love, and then found it. Thank you, Spirit. Yes, I know. I'm aware of like why I'm here currently. It was hilarious. And then I just looked at the full moon and I'm like, you're trolling me right now. And then my neighbors were like, oh my God, she's crazy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm on the 3rd floor with like a whole container garden on my balcony, so they probably can't see me, which is good. I have like 15 herb plants, like big herb plants and tomatoes and stuff out there. It's gorgeous. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is the Tower, okay, is just quite literally, this is what I'm seeing. They're trying to be strong by resisting nostalgic feelings for Divine Feminine, but the cup is about to floweth over. The dam is about to break. The bubble is about to burst. And I think what this is saying is that is essentially, inevitably, is what leads to the Tower moment, wherever they are, because they are feeling worn down and exasperated because they are getting more and more unhappy. They're essentially watching the happiness just slip away and, you know, get further and further away. So that's what I think is going on here. Let's get some more, and then, and then underlying energy, the 10 of Cups reversed on the bottom again. You cannot make this up, guys, okay? Welcome to Cora Luna's kitchen, where the cards never lie. We saw this in the last one, too. All right, so, Spirit, tell me what's going on with that 10 of Cups in the reverse. What is happening? Tell us more about that. What's happening to make them feel unhappy and 10 of Cups in the reversing? Spirit, please tell us. Ooh, okay. Oh my goodness. What is happening? 3 of Wands in the reverse. The Devil in the reverse. And the Hierophant. Okay, they did not plan for the future. And now they're trying to set themselves free from the restrictions that are being placed on them by their current environment or situation. I can't read this any other way. They did not plan properly for the future with you. And so now they're trying to free themselves from the restrictions, from the chains that bind, whether that's mental, emotional, spiritual, whether that's, you know, closing a karmic cycle, healing from old patterns, healing old traumas, closing out relationships even, and it's restrictions, right? It's the restrictions of their current environment. The Hierophant can also be a card of marriage. let's get one on the Hierophant. Because he's in the upright here. Justice in the reverse on the bottom. So, yeah, I'm getting that it was... He's trying to make something right. He's trying to make something right with you. Because there was this lack of planning. And this feeling of being disempowered. Disempowered by current circumstances. Disempowered by conditioning. By previous conditioning. By rules, regulations, restrictions, putting himself in a box. And he knows that that was not fair. It wasn't fair to you. So let's get one on this Hierophant. What is the Hierophant here? The Knight of Swords. Interesting. So in the same way that you feel like you want to tell the truth about this person or about your situation, your story, they might be feeling the need to do the same thing for you. To rush in with communication. Or he could be seeing you doing that, even. Oh. He could be seeing you doing that inadvertently because he was watching you. And the star could indicate being watched. That could indicate that he's watching you also. And so he could be seeing you talk about this situation. And getting kind of breaking almost divine feminine. You could be helping him be breaking free from his toxic cycle and his restrictions just by telling the truth, your own truth on your own. Telling your truth yourself. You could literally be helping him and inspiring him to do this, to break free of those toxic patterns. That's what I'm strongly getting here, actually. Yeah. Four of Pentacles on the bottom. Welcome to my kitchen where the cards never lie. He can't let you go. He can't let you go. Oh, I just made that up. I don't think that's a real song. Either way, it's true. He can't let you go. And so you're inspiring him. I really feel. Okay, let's get some on the Star. Spirit, let's get some on the Star. Let's get some. Why is he viewing Divine Feminine as the Star? Tell us about that. What's going on with that? Why does Divine Masculine view Divine Feminine as the Star? Ace of Swords in the reverse. King of Swords in the reverse on the bottom. Okay, let's get another one on the Ace of Swords. Queen of Wands in the reverse. What? Five of Swords. King of Swords in the reverse on the bottom with the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, this is saying what I was saying earlier. He's dreaming about being like you and getting to your level. He knows that he has been the opposite of the King of Swords. Which means essentially irresponsible with the truth and with his communication. The Seven of Cups here is a card of dreams, of honestly feeling overwhelmed, almost like inspiration paralysis, for lack of a better descriptor. Inspiration paralysis. And then the Eight of Pentacles is the card of learning, aspiring, honing his craft, learning how to be better, learning how to do better. And then look, there's the Emperor reverse on the bottom. Well, I mean, these are all on the bottom, but they're, you know, they're right there with the Emperor reverse. So this is saying that, okay, let me try and break this down. He views you as the star because he's had a lack of clarity with the Ace of Swords in the reverse about how to approach you. Let's see, this Queen of Wands in the reverse is irresponsible action, rash, like hot-tempered. So there could have been some misjudgment. Maybe you had thought and acted that way in the past, so he maybe kind of brushed you off, thinking like, oh, she's just, you know, like this, kind of dismissed your emotions, so to speak, because he was not clear on you know, what was going on, what the situation was. But now with the Five of Swords, there is being what do you call it, how do you say, like, vindication. And that could go along with that Knight of Swords too, with telling the truth and, you know, seeing that you're doing that. Because now it's starting to kind of, the truth is being sort of recognized. I know that everybody says like the Five of Swords being just like conflict or whatever, but in this deck, well, in every deck, the Rider-Waite Tarot, but in this deck especially, I always kind of remember that sort of hidden aspect to the Five of Swords is the real villain will be exposed, because it's what's her name from Granny, the Granny or whatever from Sailor Moon, is it R, I think, where it's like the circus, the season with all the circus characters and stuff, the one where Fisheye, Hawkeye, Tiger's Eye, you know, that one, that season. Anyways, so there's that hidden aspect to it too. And so that is why, yeah, this is just saying, I mean, now he's sort of just like dreaming of getting on your level and feeling like he doesn't know if he can. All right, so then let's get one on the Knight of Wands. That is a card of action. So let's see, what sort of action is he planning on taking with this Emperor? What actions is he gonna take that's gonna lead him to uprighting that Emperor in the reverse on the bottom? Because I think that's kind of the ultimate goal here. At least now he's conscious of that fact. All right, Spirit, what actions is he going to take here? The Ten of Wands in the reverse. Why is that? What? Why is it here? Okay. Way overburdened, overtired. Let's see. Let's get another one. High Priestess. Interesting. Okay. Let's get another one. The King of Pentacles in the reverse. Oh my goodness. And the Chariot in the reverse on the bottom. Oh my gosh. Okay, he does not know what action. It's one of those, I know I need to take action, but I don't know what. And look, the Knight of Cups is here in the reverse too. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, what did you guys do to this man? Okay. Okay, Spirit, what? Okay, I'm gonna pull a crystal vision, actually, to see what we can expect for you. Yeah. Okay, Spirit, what can Divine Feminine expect for the outcome of the situation? The Six of Wands. Celebration, victory. That's good. Although the Emperor reversed is on the bottom again. Oh, my cards never lie, but they sure do troll, don't they? All right. Okay. We don't know how we're getting there, but I do want to say, though, with this Ten of Wands in the reverse, that you've got the High Priestess coming right after it. They might be starting to feel ascendy, because if they're getting really bogged down by whatever they've got in the 3D, or whatever actions they've taken, or the consequences of those actions in the context of this card in the reverse, it might be a result of your psychic projection, and they're picking up and starting to sort of wake up to their own intuition. And that might be maybe why they're realizing that they've acted as the King of Pentacles in the reverse. And I know it's a chick. This is a Sailor Moon. It's Moon Crystal Tarot. So they're all chicks. All the court cards are portrayed as chicks. But Jovian, right? By Jove, Zeus. And then the queens are called Junonian. Juno, Hera, right? So this is the King of Pentacles in the reverse. And so his intuition might be kicking in here. And I love that it's Sailor Mars in her like priestess, her shrine temple, her shrine maiden gear. So this might be a good sign, actually. And then here you've got the King, again, the King, Jove, the King of Swords in the upright, which is really good. I mean, that's like one step away from being the Emperor, really. All right, so the Emperor's in the reverse here. All right, so Spirit. All right, girl, what would you want to know? Spirit, tell us what their likely next action, what is their likely just next action? Just the one. Just the one action, actually. All right, we just need the next action. What might their next action toward the collective or toward the Divine Feminine be? Page of Cups in the reverse. Oh, the Five of Swords in the reverse. Okay, what's the Page of Cups in the reverse? Why is that here? The Nine of Wands in the reverse. The Five of Swords reverse, Page of Pentacles reversed, and then the Devil. Strength in the reverse. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Okay. Let's see. Let's see the Page of Cups in the reverse. Why is that here? Why is the Page of Cups reversed here, Spirit? Five of Swords. Okay, well, they might not, their victory will be the ultimate outcome for this situation, but they do not want to apologize to you yet, because they feel like they are being called out with that Five of Swords. And if you are, my advice to you while it might be sort of spurring them in a positive direction in terms of telling your story, you know, getting your truth out there, I would just ensure that it's done with tact and grace. If you know, have feelings for this person and you care about the outcome of your situation with them, I would be tactful about it, because it looks like there's something connected to that here that it could potentially be causing them to get kind of scared. Okay, so let's see the Knight of Wands in the reverse. What's up with that? The Empress. The Empress. Okay. So, we got the Nine of Wands up here too. He does seem to be feeling like he is willing to work harder to get you back to that Empress status. Just saying. So there's that. Because, yeah, that Nine of Wands in the reverse is, I can keep going. I'm not overburdened just yet. I still got a little bit of strength left in me. And didn't we have strength over here on the bottom somewhere too? That's what this is saying, really. Now we've got the Four of Pentacles in the reverse again. It's crazy how many duplicate cards I'll get in a reading. In the same positions and in the same ways, like on the bottom. I mean, this is, yeah, you can't make it up. So there's our Four of Pentacles reversed again. And I'll say it for the third time. He can't let you go. Can't let you go, girl. Seven of Cups. There it is again. Dreaming. Wheel of Fortune. Closing out a karmic cycle. There's your King of Swords. Right there. There's your King of Swords. This is very interesting. Let's get one on the Empress. Six of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, I mean, this is just saying it looks like he's internally at least trying to fight for you. And there's our Strength card. Strength again. Wow, okay, so you can't make this up. I want to get one more on this first Four of Pentacles in the reverse that we pulled, and then we're going to close it out because this video is running almost an hour. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what's with this Four of Pentacles in the reverse up here with the Two of Swords? Why is that here, Spirit? I'm sorry. I'm sorry my cards are like this. I really, really am. I don't do this on purpose. The Four of Pentacles. It's the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. That's why the Four of Pentacles is here, Cora. God damn it. They're like, can't you read? We just told you. So this is all just confirmation. Okay, and then, wow, the Two of Pentacles in the reverse on the bottom. That's making a decision. Okay. All right, so let's pull an oracle for you. Lovely, lovely. Divine Feminine. Lovely. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Big table. All right, we're going to do our Cosmic Guidance deck again because I just love it and it's so pretty. And yeah, then we're going to close out for now. All right. This deck is so hard to shuffle. I don't know whose idea it was to be like, bigger cards. No, I can make a deck that's even bigger than that one. And then someone was like, I can make the biggest deck of all. And all of us little ladies with our tiny little hands over here like, no more, please. Oh, okay. Spirit, let's get a message of guidance for this Divine Feminine, please. What do you have to share with this Divine Feminine? Listen. Ooh. silence your minds and pay attention. She's sitting in like a lovely field of sunflowers. So let's see what the guidebook says for this one. These ones can be a little difficult to find. Oh, there it is. Okay. Quiet the mind and the soul will speak. Sometimes that little voice in your head is so loud it drowns out your intuition. Our thoughts are constantly occupied with what to do next, what to say next, what to cook for dinner, how to reply to a text, past memories and future plans. We are thinking too much and not listening enough. Because of that, we might miss whispers of our intuition. Connect with your intuition. Become an observer of your thoughts. Close your eyes and retreat to the back of your mind. Become silent and still, and when you reach that state, gently ask the universe if there is something it wants you to know. This card also signifies listening to other people. Be open to what others have to tell you, even strangers. Put your ego aside and be open to advice from others. And then it has exercises. It says, meditate with an intention to listen and to receive intuitive messages, and then journal. Sit still in nature and simply listen to sounds around you, the birds, the wind, and the trees. Try to pick out 5 different sounds. And then your affirmation is, I'm ready to listen to what the universe has to tell me. I'm present and mindful. So yes, I think when I draw these, I'll start reading from the little book. I don't think I did it last time, but this time I did it. Next time, that's what we'll do from now on. All right, loves. Well, listen to your intuition, because another thing, if you are on the twin flame journey and you start listening to your intuition, they are going to listen to theirs too. They have no choice. That's just the way it works. Yeah. I hope you found this helpful. I hope this found who it was meant to find. And if you enjoyed my reading and you like my style and my vibe, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And also, if you like my vibe, feel free to subscribe, all that sort of stuff. All right, well, have a wonderful evening, lovelies. Bye.